right, so for today, everyone, we're going to make a crop or a whip, a hand whip. Use these in a lot of the English performance, and you could also make them for Western. I'm going to make the English style in black. And to start with, we'll talk about what you need. This is a braiding cord. I guess here's the package. It's braiding cord. It's important because it is braided. And I just got this at like a Walmart or craft store or something. It comes in different colors. The white is nice. The semi-white's nice because you can dye it. It is a cord, okay? So if you don't know, it's even-numbered braid. Even-numbered braids make a tube. So we need about an inch and a half, like that. And the important thing is to prep this. And these cords, this braiding cord has in the center a base thread, and we need to pull that out. It's probably the hardest part of this. So there's the center cord. We're just going to go ahead and pull that out. Pulling that out makes it a little bit looser, and need that because we're going to replace the center with something else. The things that you can use toothpicks. These might work. You'd want to, of course, cut off part of it and use that. This one here is kind of nice because you got that little handle, but then you'd have to shave the tip, so because that's a little bit too long. But what I like to do is just use some wire. This is just an 18 gauge that I found at a hardware DIY store, right? So I'm going to go ahead and cut it about the length, a little bit shorter than braid. It's not the ones I usually use. But anyways, now that I have my wire, I'm going to go ahead and make sure it's straight. And the other thing I'm going to do, just because clippers tend to put points, is I'm going to take a file and I'm going to get rid of that little point that the clippers make so that it doesn't snag inside my braid. All right, once that's done, then we're going to go ahead and kind of open this up. And you'll see it does open up when you poke on it. Once you get it on there a little bit, then you push on it and it opens up. It gets, that center becomes easier to, it's kind of like a Chinese finger puzzle. So if you pull, it tightens. If you push it, it loosens. And here's where using all of your fingers helps. So I'm using my pinky to kind of push, and then the other fingers to widen it so that it goes on, and should work at that pretty quickly. And if I didn't get enough of that sharp tip off, it's just going to stick. So kind of gooey that up a little bit. Just keep pushing, turn it and push, and eventually it looks like this. All right, so I've got a little bit extra here on the end. That would be for the little tab that makes the nice noise that helps scare the animal. And then this end over here, just enough that I'm going to take a little bit of glue and I'm going to close up that end, right? So, and yes, I always use white glue. If anybody knows me knows that I can't use those others anymore. All right. So there. So now we got our blunt end of our crop. All right. So the next things you're going to need is something to wrap with. Now, I get this really nice thin leather lace, and it's already pre-cut to 1/16. It's lovely stuff, but it's also a little pricey for some people. Yeah, I buy it mega spools because I just make so much tack. And this is already skived really thin. If it's not, the unskived is thicker. I'll get you where it's thicker. So this area here hasn't been skived yet, so it's thicker. You see that? All right. So if you don't have that, then you can take a thin, this is a thin tooling leather. It's a 2-3. It's really closer to a 1, but I lucked out and found this skin, and then I dyed it black. So it's vegetable tanned, it's dyed, oil dyed, because this stuff takes really well to the oil dye, which is so hard to find. But anyways, you can just using scissors or a knife or something, cut yourself a little bit of that, and you want to make it as about a 1/16 of an inch. All right. So it doesn't have to be super straight. We're just going to use it for the handle, the strap, the wrist strap. Okay. And then the other thing is you need to wrap it. And again, if you don't have the skinny 1/16 inch leather lace, this is actual, this is Skyver leather. It was cheap, found it on eBay. It was white, very stretchy. Love it for English saddles. And I dyed it black. So we're going to cut some of that to about 1/16 inch as well, and that'll be the handle wrap. So let's see if you can see. I'm just almost even using my scissors to guide my width. And it's hard to do with the camera right in the way, but anyways, you get the general idea. I would usually probably use a knife or an X-Acto blade and a straight edge probably works better. So anyways, you get a piece kind of like this, stretchy. It's not perfect. It doesn't have to be because nobody's really going to see the edges. We'll take this, right? And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to do a wrap. So which picture, it doesn't matter. Okay. So we're going to start by doing a wrap. And I'm just going to put some glue on the tip here. And it doesn't have to be a lot. I have a real tiny hole in the tip of my glue nozzle. It's doesn't ooze that way. Then we'll just go ahead and start the wrap. I'll start that over there, and then just kind of turn it, get the tip, and then wrap the handle just by spinning it. It's not quite an overlap, it's kind of next to it. And the handle's not going to be very long, maybe about 1/2 inch. So there's the wrap. See, white glue sets up quite well with leather and fabric. It's not as good with ribbon, but it does set up pretty quickly this way. All right. So the next thing I need is the handle. And so for that, I'm going to take a piece of my it's probably a little long, but we'll take it anyway. So it's I guess that's about 1 inch long. Now I'm using the leather lace because if you use this, which is the leather that I made, it would need to be skived a little thinner. And my leather lace, you can look at the difference. The leather lace I've already skived thinner, and I haven't skived that, so I'm just going to use the leather lace. And what we need to do is this is the strap, so we're going to again put some glue here. There we go. And now this is based off of one that I actually have, but do that and then turn it up, and it's the wrist strap is about the same length as the wrapped handle, so it's about that. In fact, mine actually even can be stretched over to be held on the end there. So there we go, right? We have our handle. And then we're going to go ahead and do some more glue. And now we're going to finish the wrap. So we're going to wrap around where that handle is. And I think I'm going to put on a little bit more glue. And I'm going to double wrap that section. So it is a little bit more. You'll find that a little bit of a knot down here, which helps the hand from slipping, and a little bit of a knot at the top, again, to keep the hand from slipping in the other direction. So much, but we'll see. The glue dries, it sticks. Makes that yucky stuff. So we're going to take that off. Alright, and then we have this little piece here that was extra. I'll go ahead and snip that off now, too. Alright, so if you look at it, really close to done. You can see, put the doll's hand there, the hand wrist through there. Awesome. Okay, now the tip. So, I mean, you could do just a little piece of leather if you wanted. I'm gonna see if I can't make something. I'm gonna do it out of my thin skiver. Just gonna take a little piece like that. And I'm gonna kind of fold it over and square it up a little bit. So, I mean, close enough. And then we're just gonna do, we wanna be able to wrap it around this little piece here, right? So I don't need a lot starting out, but then I'll just kind of make a trapezoid here. And then just down a little bit and then out to the corner. So it kind of looks like that, all right? And we'll open that up. Put some glue on both sides. It's a little much. And then I hate when I put too much glue. It gets all over the place. All right. And then we've got the flap thing. And make sure it wraps all the way around the end. And you really could put it closer to the not real fond of how that, there we go, it's a little bit better. Just trim that just a little bit. And there you go. There is your doll's English crop.